Welcome, everybody, to the Huber Rebels podcast. My name is Jordan.
And my name is Ethan.
I almost said Ethan again. I almost said my name is
Yeah.
Ethan for the second week
I
in a
w-
row.
I wanted to say I is Ethan.
I wish you had, honestly.
Well, I did, technically. Also say it.
Have you been? It's funny to say have you been also, even though we just talked a couple weeks ago. It's like, it's not, we're not catching up after a week-long break or anything, but,
I'll give you the stock answer when you see someone at work. Oh, hey, how are you? Hi, I'm great.
or what about when people say, hey, how's it going? And you reply with, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Answer my question.
No, I
Are
love
you
that one
okay or no?
because I don't want to talk about this with you. I'm not gonna tell you how I'm actually doing.
That's always bugged me though, I think, since I noticed people were doing it, because I'm just like, that's fake. That wasn't an interaction. Why did you do that?
It's all, it's all fake.
I hate
It's all
stuff
made
like
up.
that.
Yeah. I have seen some videos about like how to get better at small talk, and I couldn't even be bothered to watch them. I don't know what
I
that
enjoy
says.
doing this podcast because it helps me with my speaking and dialoguing and stuff. But I don't
I agree.
necessarily need to share that with the world. I just want to share it with my most important close circle. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you for helping me with that.
There we go. I've
Um,
always been the talker. I low key told somebody at work about our interaction at Minecon that first year and that weird person in front of us. And
oh
I
my
just remember you
God.
just standing there, just yeah.
I will never
So
forget.
no,
And that still
yeah,
is the most recent Bethesda game or Elder Scrolls game.
there you go.
All this time later, um, my mind is has been messed up this week. Kinda. Have you ever had a bunch of loose ends in your brain that you feel like you can't tie them off or something? I feel that, and they're not a bad thing. So like, I'm not in a bad state. I just have too many tracks going in my brain right now, and it's messing with me a lot. Like, I've got work, I've got a few different things that I'm studying, some of which are stressing me out more than others. I've got Taylor, who not, I shouldn't say I need to spend time with. I want to spend time with. I want to give all the time to. We've got this show that I want to give all my time to. Um, I just I've got my shows that I want to watch. I've got the movies and shows that I need to watch. Like, these all sound like really nice problems to have, and I understand that. But they're just little tiny loose ends in my brain that are messing with me, and I can't. They're getting worse. I'm just wondering if you ever feel that way.
I felt that way for I don't remember the last time I didn't feel like that.
Really.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's even to the point where one of the loose ends is like, I haven't finished Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like, that's just a loose end.
Yeah.
If I can just finish that, I'll feel a little bit better. I have too
I
many
don't want
open-ended things right now.
I don't want to hijack, but yeah,
Please, I was
I
hoping you would.
eventually gave up on, which isn't good because there's good days, but yeah, eventually just I don't know. There's time. I think this is like I don't know if this is just a getting older thing or yeah, last year's definitely been the hardest year of my life. But what's so complicated about life is also good things.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's every day is a battle.
I almost wish I hadn't even
And
brought this up because, like, nothing I just said is a problem. I'm just struggling
I
to find balance right now.
it is not I'm not uh alluding to things that are like super heavy,
Yeah.
but I've had to like and this is appropriate for the podcast. So because it's so trivial, and that's why like I so know what you're talking about. But like my consciousness used to solely revolve around what games are coming up, what games do I need to play, what like, and I just had to reprioritize that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's still nearly like impossible.
I I do think that's what's happening in my brain
Yeah.
is a reprioritization. And like I'm not upset, but I'm realizing that the things I've always cared the most about are much lower on the list now. And
Yeah. And it kind of sucks,
it does suck, yeah.
but also
Yeah.
and for me, like man, it's so tough because like man, I don't even know. It's like I was watching a podcast. You probably listened to this podcast too, and they talked about are you gonna like play games for the rest
Yep.
of your life or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
And it's interesting to hear everybody's answer because like everybody's in a different place, but like my answer is like definitely yes, but you gotta it's just it's just priorities. And that's okay. Because at the end of the day, like we grow and we evolve and that like that's not a bad thing. I'm like all over the place here. I'll just throw out some random thoughts. One thought is, what do I want my life to be? Alone where all I can do is play whatever I want whenever I want. And then I'm like, yeah, no. I think I'm good.
No.
But the sadness is still there and the being pulled a million ways is still there. And that's why I've played one game over the last year.
I had couple of friends who were completely content, and this was until at least they were 28. Could still be the case now, I'm not sure. Being single for the rest of their lives and, Uber Eatsing every day and playing their games and just, hopping online every night, playing till 2 or 3 in the morning. They make good money. It's like, I get it. I get it. If that's what you want to do, like, I don't fault you. I don't shame that. Like, it's just you got to choose, and I have chosen, and I'm just realizing now those things naturally, even without talking about them, they start shifting and moving, and that's just what's happening in my brain without me actually actively thinking about it. I remember
Yeah.
one time a long time ago, I will never forget this. I think about it often, but I don't even use this feature anymore, but like my watch later tab on YouTube was growing and growing and growing. Like at one point I wanted to watch every single Yogscast video, every single
Yeah.
Hat Films video, like
Yeah.
watching YouTube at one point was my life.
Yeah.
The same
I've
way
been
playing games was your life.
I no 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 no. I use that as an example. My YouTube watch later was top three priorities in my life for years.
Yeah.
Not like in my heart, but in my mind,
Yeah.
in my conscious, like I wouldn't rank it higher on a list, but like things I was like motivated and like needed to get done, like yeah.
So I remember telling you that, and you're like, I told you, I'm like, there's not enough time for me to watch all these things. And you were like, there's plenty of time. You're like, there's always time. And you were right. I had plenty of time. But now, there's not. Like, there just isn't enough time. And there's more content coming out. Dude, what is Apple Plus doing? Every time we open up that app, which is often, they have a new show or movie that they're promoting that they made. I'm like, how are you making all of this content? So every single streaming service, every single game company, every single YouTube channel and I can't. So
I think we're not the only ones.
No,
that feel
for
like
sure not.
this. I think there's a solution, and I think this is a wider phenomenon. Like,
I do feel like it's a generational kind of thing. Like this is something our age group is going through.
yeah, just based on where we're at, and like, I don't know exactly when, but I'd like to have kids, ideally in the near future, and it's that impending feeling of like that's gonna take all of my time, but that's also like the most rewarding thing to put your time into.
For sure.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't have a perfect answer, but I so get how you're feeling. Sorry, I hope I didn't
That's
hijack that.
no, you didn't. No, that was perfect. Like
Yeah.
that is part of why I want this to work so badly because I would love to at least get a little bit back on the things that I do in my mind value very highly. Like you said
Yeah.
earlier, not in my heart would I say on paper that making YouTube videos or watching YouTube videos is one of my top 3 things. No, but if I could get something back from that, that would make me so happy. People I watch on the internet have kids, recently had kids, and they still do all this stuff. And I don't understand how they make the time for it. And I understand it's their job, and that is the
That's it.
100%
That's
difference.
that
But
is the reason.
it's
Straight up.
just, it
That's the
is
reason.
still mind boggling to me.
No, and the podcast that we both listened to, everybody said if that wasn't their job, they would not have the time. Period.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason I wanted to change my job, but I'm also glad I didn't
Yeah.
because that also doesn't sound fun. I I think it's interesting to like reflect back on like your percentage of time used over your life in the past because I would say 80% of my time used to go to basketball.
Mm.
And I still love it and I still make time for it. It will never be that percentage of time in my life ever again.
Yeah.
And there's new things I'm into. It's a balancing act. It's not a bad problem to have though.
No. And that's the weird feeling I'm having is like, I'm not
Yeah.
sad or down at all. I'm just, my mind is just swimming. Especially when I'm working, man. The job that I have
Yeah.
just causes me to think and think and think and think. And like a lot of times it's productive, a lot of times it's good, but a lot of times I just downward spiral a bit. And that's where I was at today and why I wanted to talk about this stuff.
No, I think it's good to talk about because I think like I keep saying like a lot of people feel this way and we've also been conditioned into a generation of content consumption. We all have 10 streaming platforms that we all feel like we want to keep at all times so that we can keep up with everything because we like that stuff because they've engineered what we've liked and are giving it to us because we have money
Yeah.
because we're the generation with money. And it's kind of freeing to pull back a little bit because they're hitting a wall. Like, I also think if you focus on like quality, it's more manageable. Why I haven't watched every Marvel movie.
Right.
Do I really have time to go watch a bunch of crappy Marvel movies? But like
just
maybe I
just
will.
for you to forget right after. I mean, yeah, if we have a purpose for it, then that's a good reason. But
Yeah.
honestly, a lot of them have been a waste of time lately.
Time is the most precious thing that we have.
Yeah.
Um, so what do you what do you most want to play or do or watch?
I really want to watch Fallout,
Yeah.
and I mean, I by the time we recorded game chat a couple nights ago, I wanted to have watched 2 or 3 episodes. We are now
Hmm.
2 days after that, and I have only watched one and a half.
I haven't watched one.
Yeah. Uh, uh, it
Oh, and now that we're
just.
here with my grandma, I watch Amazing Race with her, and we watch The Masked Singer, and
we.
like she already was like, "There's 2 episodes. We have 2 episodes of this and 2 episodes of this," and all I'm thinking is like, "Well, yeah, you're retired,
Uh-huh.
and we have jobs and friends and responsibilities and things that we're doing, and we don't have 43 hours a day. Like being retired, that's how you keep up with everything now."
Yeah. See, then my mind jumps to I need to get myself a job so that I can retire and have all this time to watch the stuff that I want to watch. I don't know if I'll be playing games when I'm 65 or
100%.
let's say 85.
I
Probably not
I
85,
plan.
but 65 probably. Yeah.
I would like to play until the day that I die.
Yeah.
If
They'll be a lot easier by then to
if it's still good.
yeah. But god, what was I saying?
Sorry.
Oh no, yeah, that's part of my panic is like I feel like it's not burning the candle at both ends, but just I feel like I want to prioritize the studying and the school and stuff so I can get that good job so that I can one day retire, but also I have the other things I want to do now, and that takes up some of the. It's I'm so bad. I'm so bad at school in general too.
I can tell you prioritizing the less fun things is better, even though it's harder and it kind of sucks sometimes. And I
Yeah,
still struggle with it. I struggle with it more than Maya struggled with it. And I'm envious. But also, you kind of just have to do it.
I
Like,
know.
and yeah, I don't know. There's no perfect answer.
What about you? What do you want to be playing or watching right now?
Everything. My list of is just growing. The same ones I always say Jedi and uh, I've started Sifu and not clicked press start on the main menu like 5 times because
Really?
I'm like, am I really ready to like go into this? So I go over and I do a round on EA PGA Tour, and then I'm like, I just would rather actually be golfing.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I was I was playing Power Wash Simulator with Taylor the other day. I was playing,
Hmm.
she was watching, and she was like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "It's Power Wash Simulator." Like, she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Cause it's fun. It's satisfying." She's like, "Why aren't you actually washing something? Like, go wash something." I'm like,
Oh God, no,
"I'm
no.
not." But but the same thing with the golf. It's like, why am I spending my time doing it on the screen when I could maybe go make money
Yeah.
actually washing something and getting that satisfaction and making the money? I'm like, I
Oh,
hear
like
you, but
actually power washing.
oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
yeah. So I'm like, I totally get it. Like, you're right. But it's just funny how we're playing these games that make us want to go do the real life thing when we totally could if we wanted to.
I'm glad you said that because a couple things. NBA 2K is free. I almost downloaded it, decided not to because I was like, I don't want to spend time playing a digital basketball game that's not as good as playing real. I'd rather just go play. The Sims, loved playing The Sims growing up. You gotta make a house and do this and da 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 da. Now I'm like, I'm already living life. I don't need to play a game where I'm cleaning the dishes and doing the laundry and going to work and like that. I can't think of anything less that I would want to do with my time.
Right.
SimCity, City Skylines. I don't manage a city on a daily basis. That's fun to like, do
Right.
and whatnot. I think it's like not playing things that you don't enjoy. Like anything, not watching something you don't enjoy. Like I've heard this from other people that stuff needs to be like good and
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
Um, and then every once in a while we watch Love Is Blind because it's nice to just turn your brain off.
I. It's funny. Like, I never ever walked out of a movie when I was by myself, but since I've been with Taylor, we've been watching stuff, and I'll look at her and I can tell she's just not having it, and I'm like, "You want to go?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right." Why? Like, why?
You
Why do we need to waste our time with the rest of this crap? Like,
can get your money back, right?
Yeah, but I mean, with A-list, it doesn't matter. We're like, if it
Oh,
was
okay, yeah,
going to
yeah, yeah.
take up a slot that we're gonna use, maybe I would say something. But I mean, that's part of it too. Like, we're not necessarily wasting that money. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, yeah, we don't have time to be hating our experience with something when we can go home and watch a show that we've been wanting to watch. You know?
Yeah. Um, so yeah, but it's all good at the end of the day. And I think it gets easier when you
Yeah.
just give up.
The thing that always brings me comfort, but also blows my mind, is like, man, every human's dealt with this, huh? Every
How,
human, for the most
how
part,
so?
has reached this stage in life and felt this feeling probably like,
I
huh,
don't know.
I think on a large scale, yeah. Like, I think generally we all kind of have different feelings within a plus or minus kind of range, but
So
or do
I
you think that's our, like you were saying, do you think that's
I
our generation that's feeling this kind of way? Whereas
I
back in
do.
the day, like they knew from day one they just got to grind
Yep.
to,
Yep.
yeah,
And um, people used to be bored.
right,
That's not a thing anymore.
no,
We are inundated, and it's making me kind of reflect and be like, what is adding value to my life? I think that is at the heart of the question. What is adding value to my life? And again, I think we've been conditioned to like consume as much content as we possibly can. It's not bad, but I think it's just about finding the balance. I think that's
right.
my key, like to everything. That's my mantra with everything is find the balance, find the sweet spot to where you're enjoying it, but I don't like the feeling of being pulled.
I know, me neither.
So the second you said that, I'm just like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Where I'm like, oh, I really just want to sit and just play this and check that off my list. Because I get such a satisfaction of like checking things off my list.
Yeah.
And the list has grown.
I also wonder too, like, if people I watch online have been paid to hype things up to make me want to watch them, but they don't disclose it. A lot of times they do, and they say that you have to disclose it when you've been paid to like pump something up, you know? But sometimes people talk about things a little bit too much that makes me want to watch it, and then I'm like, why did I waste my time with this crap? It's like I keep hearing about Shogun. Is it really that good? Is it actually that fantastic? Is it really blowing
I
people's minds? Do I actually have to jump into it? All I hear about
probably
it is, I don't know.
probably some people. I
Yeah.
want to watch it, but I'll be honest, you said that, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that show.
Right.
Like I I can't do the FOMO thing.
Mm.
I will explode. So I see people like constantly chasing like, oh my god, I have to be a part of this in that moment, and da 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 da. It's impossible. It's just impossible
Right.
unless you dedicate your life to it. Um, like I just want to go for a hike at this point, or like a walk. And there's like, oh, and now I watch Liverpool too, so
Yeah.
that's like once a week for like an hour and a half.
But
Honestly, that's part of the reason I love it. It's like
that's
weekend
good.
mornings, and it's like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and it brings me a lot of joy. I don't even
Yeah.
watch every Lakers game because I'll waste 2.5 hours and they'll do something stupid, and I'm just like, I don't have the time for this. We could
No.
go on and on about
The
this.
Liverpool thing I think is a good pivot to something you can focus your energy into. Like, win or
Yeah,
lose, it's not, it's also not part of the FOMO thing. It's just that's your team. That's your devotion right now, and like that's fun to just feel a part of that for. I mean, do they ever stop playing? I feel like this. I was gonna say for the season, but I feel like they're playing all the
it,
time.
they take a couple months off in the summer,
Couple months. That's good.
but
It's summer. That's the
then
best time to play.
there's other stuff going on.
Right. Yeah, that's what I
World
thought.
Cup. country conflict, there's always
He,
something.
it's a perfect thing to sink your teeth into. It's always going. Um, can I bring up one more heavy topic before we do the
Yes,
break? And then I
do
promise
it.
to the listeners the rest of the show will be easy and lighthearted. Um,
No, I like it. Let's get real.
I will let you speak to this as much as you feel comfortable. I'm not going to speak for you, but I'm going to break this down a little bit first and then I'll kind of ask you the question. I personally do not love the state of like cancel culture where the second anything is said about someone,
Careful.
they're done. I
Careful.
know.
Don't get me
I'm
going.
just saying. I know.
No,
I'm
don't
just
get me going.
okay, okay, okay. Let me preface. If there is proof, if there is evidence, if it is legally someone is legally proven guilty in like a court of law, just things like this. Absolutely. If we know they're a terrible person, screw them. They're done. Like Jonathan Majors was proven guilty. He needs to go to like rehab for a year or something. Good. Maybe I can forgive him later, you know? However, just one word, one thought, one accusation is not enough to me necessarily to excise someone from my life completely. Having said that, O.J. Simpson was not proven guilty for murder. Did the world at large hate him? Should we have hated him? Like, did we hate him for murder? Or, like, is he a proven terrible person? Because when he died, for some reason, the first thing that I thought was, for some reason, the first thing that went into my mind was, "Aw." And then I'm like, wait, what the hell? He murdered someone. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know if he did. So it's weird. It's like he's such a big figure, and it was weird that he had died, but also he kind of seems like he might be awful. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
I'm gonna tread lightly. That's not who I thought you were gonna reference. I think he's pretty definitively shit.
Right.
Um, like the legal system is very complicated,
Flawed.
and if you have the right, I wouldn't even say flawed because we have one of the best legal systems in the world.
Okay.
Trying to do law, having done jury duty and stuff, man, it's difficult. Like, and it's always better to be innocent until proven guilty. We see that happen in other countries and in other places. You definitely want to. They say you. It's better to have guilty people out than innocent people in jail.
Sure.
That's the what the where your degree of error is. That's where you want it.
Right.
I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I don't. So I'm not gonna claim. But I, OJ got in trouble for other stuff.
Right.
I
Not
can't.
not
I'm not.
necessarily morally terrible things, right? Like
No, I think
he's
pretty bad stuff.
really
He
didn't
went
he
to
just like
jail.
steal stuff and like
I don't know.
I don't
But
know. When it comes to money things, I'm like whatever, you know, like
I don't know enough on this to be like he is a murderer and da 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 da. When I saw that happen, I was like, oh cool. I don't have to.
hear about him again.
It's over.
Right.
It's over. That's
Right.
my take.
Yeah, again, I did not feel bad that he had died. Like it just I don't know why. It's just he's such a for
Iconic.
better or worse iconic figure in my
Yeah.
life that it
Yeah.
was crazy that he had died. Kind of I mean Michael Jackson was
In
the
your
same way.
in your life specifically, like you had posters of him all over your walls. You wanted a white Ford Bronco, so
I
like
do want a
yeah.
Bronco right now really badly, but
So
no, I just in life I should have said, but no, but it just got me thinking like he wasn't a proven murderer, so should he be labeled as one? Or I
I have
don't
two
know.
thoughts.
Yeah.
I have two thoughts. One, I think all I'm gonna say on this is I think it's good to question. I think it's good to stay open and not just be definitive, which is why I'm not like he's definitively good or he's
Either
definitively
way,
bad or
yeah.
he's definitive, which I think is one of the biggest problems with cancel culture is everybody wants to just be definitive, and nothing in life is definitive. Two, he gave us one of the funniest scenes in Shrek 2 when Shrek and Donkey are running away and they're like, White Bronco heading east
Yes.
into the woods.
Yes. Oh my god.
And gave birth to car chases and being televised and all of that. So, for better or worse, he's a part of the fabric of the world and our collective history. And um, I also don't think it has to be one dimensional. So, for better or worse, don't cancel everybody. Some people can clearly get canceled. Um,
Some people can
but
be
life's,
redeemed, some people don't need. It's just
yeah.
like it's like all things is a spectrum. And yeah, I don't like when things are just so black or white. But like Caitlyn Jenner tweeted good riddance, and I was like, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I understand
I mean,
your,
family
but
was
like,
directly involved with that too.
right, exactly, I know.
Yeah.
So, and maybe she knew a lot more stuff. She definitely knows a lot more stuff than I do, but I don't know. It just it got my mind spinning a little bit. But yeah, I'd forgotten about that scene from Shrek 2, which we'll talk more about after this break, and I promise things will be a lot lighter from here on out. If you like what we do, we'd really appreciate if you'd consider supporting us on Patreon. Now more than ever, small independent teams need all the help they can get, and we'd love to have you join the rebellion.
Joining us on Patreon can get you a wide array of perks, starting with our 1-star tier. Joining this tier will get you voting rights for Movie Madness, our weekly journey through an actor's entire filmography.
Our 2-star tier will give you extended episodes of the Hebrew Rebels podcast, Game Chat Tonight, and Movie Madness, both ad-free and a day early. Plus, you can write into those shows for a chance to have your questions and comments read on the podcast.
The 3-star tier delivers the most value with our Patreon exclusive shows. You will get a monthly episode of Crossword Struggle and Climbing the Ranks. And we have more exclusive shows planned to add even more value to this tier.
Next, as a 4-star Rebel, your name will be listed in an on-screen shout-out on each of our weekly scheduled shows.
Finally, you can be one of only 24 people to be considered a Founding Rebel. You will receive a limited edition Founding Rebel t-shirt. Your name will be read on each of our shows as a Founding Rebel, and you will forever be remembered as one of the very few people to truly help start the rebellion.
Visit patreon.com/Hebrew Rebels for more information. Thank you so much for your support, and back to the show. Welcome back, everybody. Patreon listeners, I hope you enjoyed that little bonus Eclipse talk, plus a little more ethical talk if you want to join to get that. But I teased, you mentioned Shrek 2, and I actually just went and saw Shrek 2 last night in theaters because it is the 20th anniversary of that movie. And I've seen it a couple times, but it's one of Taylor's all-time favorite movies. And she's like, we have to go. I'm like, yeah, 100%, let's go. And the theater was small.
Just how you know she's cool. That's all I just have to say.
She's so cool.
Yeah.
All
theater.
She had a Shrek shirt that she got from Kohl's, I think. She put her hair up into 2 little like knots to look like antlers or antenna or whatever he has.
Mm-hmm.
Ears? What the hell are they? I don't know.
Ears.
And she has 2 little things for her Crocs that are Shrek's ears.
Oh, wow.
So she wore that to the movie. It was a small theater. It was pretty much full. And people dressed up. There was people there dressed as the mice. There was people there dressed as Puss in Boots. Like, it was a fun crowd to go and see this movie with.
I'm sad I didn't go. I did look at times because I didn't know that was happening.
It should still be out for a few more days, I think.
It was one day, I think.
I'll
check. If it's multiple days, I might still try to go.
It's multiple days, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I also watched Shrek 1 yesterday, which I had not seen in 23 years. I had not seen it since I watched it for the first time in theater when it came out.
That's what I want. That's the one. I did see Shrek 2 in theaters, but I want to see Shrek in theaters because I still remember sitting in the seat and that movie starting. It is why I love that song. That became that's the first song I ever learned the lyrics to. So you
Really?
could say that was my first favorite song ever.
Cool. Smash Mouth, man.
R.I.P.
Did they die?
Lead singer passed away. Yeah,
Did he really?
Yeah, he had alcohol issues.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I just watched Kind of Funny Prom, and they were there. They performed
Wow.
at the end of
Yeah.
Kind of Funny Prom, and that
What
that
did you
wasn't
think of
even that. What I think of what Shrek 2?
the first one? Yeah. No, the first one.
Uh,
Sorry, I'm all over the place.
no, that's okay. It was very funny. I I weirdly like I remembered most of it, even though it had been so long. I was so young when I saw it, but um, it's
It's
so
not that
funny.
long.
It's
Like
very short. It's an hour and a half
I could go scene by scene for you, from start to
easily.
finish right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, easily.
it's so funny because like my parents are stricter than most. They definitely monitored the movies that I got to watch, and I'm
Me too.
kind of surprised they took me to see this movie because for what was I, 7? It's not the most appropriate movie in the world. Like Shrek definitely has jokes that are obviously geared towards adults, but if you're listening closely, they go over your head, yeah, but like what if you're like, what does that mean? Like there is a lot of that in Shrek. You don't think so?
You don't. No. I remember
Yeah.
my mom laughing at the he's compensating joke, and I didn't.
Sure. I'm trying to think. There was it's very funny. Donkey is the best.
Yeah. Eddie
He
Murphy,
he
right?
carries yeah, he carries those movies for me.
Yeah. Shrek's the base, but like the Donkey really elevates it to the next level. If he wasn't in it, it would be not good.
Shrek isn't even funny. Like all he does is dad jokes the whole time. And you're like, but he's
I
not.
love dad jokes.
Yeah, I mean, they're great, but
He's kind of
Donkey
the
is just
loser.
yeah.
Shrek
Yeah.
and grumpy.
I was surprised about that too actually, how quickly you realize he's a cool dude. Just
Yeah.
no one likes him because they hate ogres. He's not really a dick. He's a nice guy. But
Yeah.
everyone just hates ogres.
Yeah. They're racist.
They are racist. I'm like, oh my god, Shrek's about racism all this time. I didn't even know.
The wrestling scene is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay, anyways, that's the first movie. Everybody knows Shrek. Got a non-Disney movie on the scene. Shrek 2 comes out and raises the bar.
Dude, that scene when they get to far, far away and you just
That's
get
the
all the
one.
product placement and stuff
That's the
has
one.
always been in my mind. And I was talking to Taylor about this last night. We're like, Universal needs to make a far, far away land. Wherever they have the
Yeah,
space, have a tiny little castle up on a hill that like it proportionally looks like it's a castle that you can't actually get to, but maybe you have the gates of like the princesses and where they live, but have those fake businesses that you can go into and get your coffee, get your clothes, stuff like that. I would die to go to that to go to that city or land or whatever it is because I love that scene so much and it is not long enough. We don't spend enough time there.
I agree. Shrek's not big enough though anymore. Like, dude, Universal does not know what they're doing. They have so much wasted opportunity. Where there's now they got all the Nintendo stuff, so like they have multiple castles to pull from. We
What
can get
else?
Hyrule Castle.
Oh,
We can
yeah.
get Far Far Away Castle. There's a rumored Pokemon Land with Pokemon centers and all. Yeah, they should have all of that.
Yep.
They're doing, but Epic Universe is coming out in Florida. And what are they doing? They're doing Nintendo Land, Hogwarts, How to Train Your Dragon. That's the next big pillar they're gonna build out.
Yeah.
Big for
I
them.
mean, the thing is, they have the space there. So do whatever you
Yeah.
want to do. Do it all. I
We're
understand
getting
we're
a Fast
very
and Furious.
limited. I say here, even though I'm not there, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah, I do.
LA's Universal does not have the space to do all of that stuff or the elevation. It's all very tricky, but they should be dabbling in more of their what do they have, the Shrek 3D show, and they don't even have that anymore. I
Is
don't
that what they
think.
had before?
Yeah, he deserves more. They're
I
really good
agree.
at the lands. Even the Simpsons area is fantastic.
With the
It's
really bad
small.
rides.
It's yeah, the ride sucks. It makes me want to throw up every single time. But like,
I don't
I
know.
feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm in the Simpsons world, and they're, for my money, honestly, the best at doing that.
Yeah,
They're even better than Disney at making me feel like I'm immersed in that land or world or movie.
that's quite a claim. I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, I forget if you've been or if we just talked about this, but like Hogwarts Land is better to me than Star Wars Land.
Oh, see, I don't agree with that.
Uh, Star Wars Land doesn't
Maybe the
do it
one
for
in
me enough.
maybe the one in Florida.
The one in Florida is amazing. I mean, I haven't been,
That
but
I've heard.
it's even better.
Yeah. I was disappointed by the Hogwarts land because of how few shops you could go into. It was smaller than I was expecting. They nailed the details, but it was like
Uh,
a little smaller than I was expecting.
there's
There's
a,
the one shop and like three others.
I
I agree
mean,
about Star Wars Land though, into like shops and stuff. But they have the Droid Depot, they have the workshop, they have I don't know.
the
I don't
Droid
know.
Depot that I don't want to do.
I agree, but
I
kids
mean,
do.
yeah, but I don't feel like I'm in Star Wars when I walk into that Droid Depot where I'm making a tiny little R2D2. You know, like
Yeah,
it
I
feels like a
agree.
toy. I don't feel like I'm
Yeah.
making a droid. Um, like we said before, there's no aliens walking around.
Yeah.
Occasionally Rey will walk by or Kylo Ren will just stroll by me. I'm like, cool, but also why? And
Weirdly, oh, go ahead.
just they were so strict at first, and I don't know if they still are, about making all of their vocabulary was you are in Star Wars. But I don't feel like they do anything else to sell that. And they could.
I think they're gonna improve it, but yeah, it's definitely lacking right now. The new droids they have are a good step, but like, yeah, why are there no aliens?
It's so
That's
weird.
ridiculous. Workers should be aliens.
Yes. Honestly, I care about that more than seeing Chewbacca walk by, you know? That is cool occasionally, like if it's rare.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can look at a schedule and see any Star Wars character walk by that you want to. I just want to feel like I'm on a Star Wars planet, and I personally do not.
Did you see Mando and Baby Yoda and Boba Fett were walking around?
No, not Boba Fett. I've seen Mando. I've seen Mando. Did I see Baby Yoda? I don't know.
He had him like in his pack. I saw that. I've never seen them in
Okay,
person.
I think I did see that. I've not seen Boba. That's
So
cool.
I agree. It should be
No,
better.
yeah, that stuff is very cool. But no, I
No, it
and
should be better.
look, I'm not even gonna say definitively one's better than the other, but
You can.
I feel like I'm in Harry Potter when I go to Harry Potter World. Nintendo World blew my mind.
Yeah,
I could
I
not
agree.
believe how impressed I was with that. And I would like to see them do more with their properties if they have the space and money to do it because someone there knows what they're doing.
They're definitely, I think, peaking, like not peaking, streaking,
Yeah,
trending upwards.
they're streaking.
Yeah. No, I think they're trending upwards.
Um,
We'll see. Oh, that Fast and Furious coaster. Do you see where they're putting that?
no.
It's gonna loop like under the escalators.
We are getting a Fast and Furious roller coaster?
Yeah, they're building it.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm all in for that.
yeah. I think it'll be
Well,
cool.
the Fast and Furious ride that they have now, or no, there isn't one, is there? No, it's part of the tram. It's terrible. It's so bad. It's the dumbest, stupidest projector on a somewhat transparent screen with like stuff going on in the backgrounds.
Think so.
Speaking of movies, did I put this on the list or did you? The Joker trailer?
You did. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen
I
it?
just I've just seen the
Wait,
GIF of him with the smile and
wait,
the
wait,
stuff's on the
wait.
mirror.
You sent us that thing and you didn't watch the trailer?
I didn't send that.
Yes, you did. You sent the thing about. Did you just send it because it's going to be in 70 millimeter?
Yes.
You didn't watch the trailer,
No.
dude. It looks incredible.
Okay. I'm excited regardless. I maybe that's why I was like I don't need to watch the trailer. I'm seeing this. But yeah, I
You
sent it because of the 70 millimeter.
you don't you don't need to watch it. If you don't watch a single trailer going in, like we both loved the first one so much,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna like this one more. Um,
Musical, right?
so I mean, yes, I heard it's not like Grease is a musical. It's
Yeah.
like music plays a heavy part in it and is like integral to it, but I don't think they're just gonna break out into song, but they will
That's
use
what I
songs
figured.
to tell the story, and I'm totally fine with that still. Lady Gaga is absolutely perfect.
Which is a strong statement coming from you
Is it?
because it's not Margot Robbie.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, in that sense, yes. But also, I'm 100% open to her also being the perfect Harley Quinn. She might be better. She might be better.
That
I think
okay,
she can
that's what I'm saying
play
next.
dark and I don't know what kind of vibe they're going to go for, but she can play the twisted and dark better. Margot is just like, I'm ditzy and crazy, hee hee, but
Yeah,
I'm hot. Like, Lady Gaga's going to kill it.
I'm very excited.
Oh, God.
Any hints of Batman?
Not in the trailer from what I could tell. I'm not a
Okay,
big enough Batman fan to know. Besides the fact that it still takes place in Arkham. So, I don't know how much later this is. Cuz in Joker he's like 10, right? He's very
he is
young.
in that. You're right. I
He's
forgot
a
about
he's
that.
a young kid. So, I'm going to say probably not.
Yeah, I totally forgot that he even was in there like that. That's perfect.
I wish this was part of something bigger, and I still don't think it is. I
Take
think they've
time.
said it's not, and
Take your time and just keep making bangers because they're screwing everything else up.
I know. Dude, I'd forgotten that he won for playing the Joker, which is crazy.
He, like an award?
Yeah, he won the Oscar for winning that, or for playing the Joker 2019 or whatever. Yeah,
Props. That was an incredible performance.
even just the bits I see of him doing it in the trailer for this movie, I'm like, "Pff, he's crushing it. Like he's
Do
acting
another.
his balls off like no one else does most of the time. So
Man, Maya's still not seen that.
I need to rewatch it. I've still only seen it the one time.
Same. It was so perfect I didn't need to watch it again.
Yeah,
So I'll watch it again with her though. Has Taylor
yeah,
seen it?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Smart lady.
I can't wait.
When does that
But
come out?
uh, October
Okay, cool. Irvine.
October 4th.
I'll be
Yeah,
seeing that
Irvine.
at the
Not
Spectrum.
why not
No,
the Chinese theater?
the seats are too uncomfortable for Maya, and she doesn't want to go to Hollywood. So
Okay. Yeah. No. I think you asked me sometime a couple months ago about what the first movie I think I can make it back for to see in 70 millimeter, and we didn't know what the schedule was for the 70 millimeter movies, but I think I said this one, and now we know. So
all right, we'll shoot
that
for
is
October.
uh that is the goal. Yeah. Whenever we can buy
Perfect.
tickets, we'll buy tickets.
And we can do Chinese too if you want.
I don't mind.
So
Taylor's all about comfort, so if
yeah, if the ladies are going, we'll do Irvine.
yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay, perfect. Fingers crossed that we can get tickets and everything.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
That may be October, but do you know what's happening next month? I just found out about this today.
No, no.
Trillions of cicadas are coming to you.
Oh, good. Really?
Yes. Feel very fortunate that you're getting to be in the center of this every 221-year occurrence.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. The last time that two broods, a 13-year and a 17-year broods of cicadas, are hatching at the same time. And you're lucky to be right in the middle.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to have bugs everywhere.
Oh
Literally,
my
they said
God.
there might be trillions or a trillion, definitely billions.
What the hell? For how long?
I don't know. They just come out and then they die. They're
This,
harmless.
this thing I'm reading says an estimated 50,000 to 1.5 million per acre. That is a
There you
very
go.
wide range.
Apparently, they get everywhere.
Oh
So you
God.
gotta get merch. You gotta get merch.
I'll get some, yeah. What the
Yeah,
hell?
my mom's also gonna be in the wake of that.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty wide, everywhere from like the top of Illinois down to part of
Hmm.
Louisiana as far east as like Boston.
Yeah, Maryland and Virginia. I don't think that far.
Cool.
DC area.
Cool.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson was president the last time this happened.
That's so weird. So it's specifically these two different broods happening at the same time?
Yeah.
What is this 13 and 17-year thing you're talking
So
about?
there's one type of group that comes out every 13 years, and there's another one that comes out every 17 years, and they're overlapping, and that
Right.
happens every 221 years.
Least common multiple is 221 or whatever.
Sure, I
Um
think that's right.
I have a question, a dumb question. What are they doing the rest of the 13 years?
They're in the ground
Doing
growing.
what? Growing?
Yeah, and then they come out, and then they breed, and then they die, and then they die.
But I mean, there's cicadas every year, no? You go to the
Mm,
desert, you go to Palm Springs or something, you're gonna hear cicadas like not all the
I don't
time.
think so. I don't
Only
think
every
so.
13 years? I mean, I've heard cicadas before.
I don't fully know.
I don't know, stuff like this weirds me out. Things that die so quickly, I'm like, where are you the rest of the time? You only
Yeah,
come out,
they're in yeah, Palm Springs.
huh?
Someone said 9 months ago. When will they die? Can someone give me an idea on how much longer I need to wear my noise canceling headphones when I walk outside?
Oh, good.
I love the cicadas. Welcome to the desert. They don't die. They come out to mate and hibernate for years. There's another batch waiting to appear next summer.
Well,
July and August is breeding season.
I doubt they will,
Dude.
but if they keep the coyotes away, I'm totally fine with it.
Oh my God, how many are there?
We have some big ones that cross through our yard at like sunrise to who knows how much earlier than that they're out there, but it's scary. We definitely don't let Remy out unattended uh, any time early or late, and I don't even know
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do if I do see one. You know, like I have not seen it, but Taylor's mom has seen it, and she says it's big. This one coyote that keeps crossing through our yard in the morning, and
They
I
won't mess
know
with you.
that's why I've always heard like coyotes don't mess with humans,
Yeah.
but I hope they just don't see him as like a good enough meal that it's willing to like try, because I'm
Take a
gonna have
stick,
to yank him
honestly.
up and kick that thing in the face as hard as I can.
Take something. That's what I would say. If they're
Yeah,
really like there all the time, I would just have something by the door that you grab.
yeah.
Could be anything. Could be a heavy flashlight.
Wildlife. Oh man. Oh well, thanks for the heads up about the cicadas. I'm glad I
Yeah.
won't think it's the apocalypse when they do arrive.
Yeah, you'll have to keep an eye out now and let me know.
I will. If I can find a shirt, I'll get one and send one to you.
Um, I guess I'll just keep piling on. Today is the 8-year anniversary of Kobe's last game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What a game.
It'll never be topped
That was incredible. I
ever.
remember watching. My dad does not like basketball.
Yeah.
He obviously like he respected Kobe and like he's excited for people who like the Lakers when they're doing well, stuff like that. But like he doesn't like basketball himself. And I remember watching that game and he was watching, he's like he was getting excited. He's like, "No way, no way, no way." Like it was so epic. What, 60 points, right?
60 points in your last game. It's the greatest final game in sports history for a player, period. And it'll never be topped, including the game winner.
Wow. Yeah.
Mamba out. Yeah, it'll never be topped.
I mean,
60's rare.
regardless, he still had to make all of those shots.
Yeah. He
And he
took
did.
50. Yeah. That's
Man.
also hard.
Yeah.
With those miles,
How old was he?
uh younger than LeBron with a lot more injuries. Sorry, I put a log on the fire before, and the end of it just fell apart, and the flames got big. But it's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. We have a
Okay, okay.
screen on stuff.
I'm hyper paranoid about stuff like that. Like, I don't.
I've done it
The
a few
the
times. It's fine.
neighbors, everyone around here
Yeah,
has fire pits, and
yeah,
everyone seems to burn their excess cardboard and the stuff that they when they mow the
okay,
lawn, they burn that stuff. The neighbors did that a couple days. Sorry, like 6 days ago,
yeah,
and I went to bed. It was like 2 in the morning. I was in the kitchen, and I look out the window. There's still flames. I'm like, that's concerning. Because I mean, we essentially kind of live in a forest.
yeah,
There's, uh, I, the forest has been cleared out for our house to be put here. So I'm like, if that were to spread, there's a lot of trees that would ignite, and then I don't know if it just concerned me.
yeah. I'm with
But
you.
I'm like, I'm gonna trust this. I went to bed. I woke up in the morning. That fire pit still smoldering, still smoking. It smelled terrible. I hated it. 2 days later, the damn thing is still smoking, and it finally
It's
rained
not
and like
good.
and put it out. I know.
No, that's not good. You might
It's
want to like say
so.
something.
I mean, I asked her mom. I was like, I mean, what's up with that? She's like, yeah, we hate it. They do that, and it just smells terrible all the
No,
time. And
that's
that's
that might be illegal. Like, yeah,
it. And I
like you may
see
want to report that, low key.
I see smoke, and like there are fires around here often that I see when I'm out working in similar kind of areas with lots of trees and stuff. So it's just seeing all that all the time. Also, people have, you know, crops and yards and stuff where they are intentionally burning stuff. Like everything here is
Yeah.
very flammable. So,
Well, I will say the trees there, because you guys get rain and stuff, they're not, it's not like a dry California forest that's just ready to ignite.
true. True.
I'm not informed enough about that, but I think there's a little bit of a difference
No,
there.
you're right. Cuz otherwise I feel like
Yeah,
everything would just burn down if that were the
in one
case.
fell swoop.
Because
Yeah,
lightning strikes and then you're screwed or something, you know, like
yeah.
yeah,
So
you're right. The dampness of it definitely keeps that down.
I think.
I think you're right.
Also,
Yeah.
maybe not. Also, you should still be terrified.
I am. I am paranoid. What the hell? We were talking about Kobe.
Yeah, that was all.
And then you looked away at the fire and then that happened. But
Yeah,
yeah, hey, dude, yeah. I can't believe it's been 8 years since that game. I think I had that recorded on our DVR for the longest time, and I didn't want to get rid of it.
yeah. You can pull it up places now, but I
Oh,
did the
now,
same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It might still be on there. Um, but yeah, they regularly post that, especially after he passed.
Yeah. Classic.
Uh, check out this segue. Speaking of being in the middle of a forest, did you get to watch any Masters?
I did watch a tiny bit today. Um,
Okay.
I had it on. I wasn't actively watching, and I'll be honest, this is bad. This makes me a bad fan. But like looking at the top of the leaderboard, I was like, okay, I'm okay with having missed as much as I have. My favorites, except for one, weren't necessarily up there. Um, I will for sure watch all of tomorrow,
Yes,
which is
tomorrow's gonna
Sunday.
be a
For
good
those
day.
of you who are watching after the fact, that would be
The
tomorrow's
final
Sunday,
round.
the final round. Yeah.
Who are your favorites?
Uh, John Rahm.
Oh yeah, he flamed.
Yeah,
He did
he
not do
was
good.
+5 or something last I
Oh, I
checked or
didn't know
something.
he was. I didn't know you went with him. Okay,
Also,
he's cool.
he's a trader,
Oh, he went to
so
live.
he went to live. Yeah,
I, that's probably a conversation for another episode. But I think
I would
live
like to
got
talk about that.
unfairly. I think they got unfairly
Oh
attacked. I was against them, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, they didn't do anything wrong.
no, I have no hate, but there's just something that's like it's just the opposing team. Like I
They're
don't actually
merged
have
now.
any hate. They are?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they merged.
I need to look that up.
The
That's interesting.
PGA guy sold out.
Really?
Yeah, like last year.
Huh. Because
I'm
I
pretty sure
always
that's
knew
sold out.
those live people were coming back for the majors because the majors aren't like inherently like sanctioned PGA events. Like they are
Yeah,
their
they're
own
not.
thing. So that's why they can come back and do those. I mean, John Rahm, he won last year, no?
Yes.
So, and now he's at Lives, but him, Phil, Brooks Koepka, like they all came back for this. Anyways, I like John Rahm. I like Louis Oosthuizen. I like Colin Morikawa is someone I like, and
Yeah.
he's right up there. I like Hideki. Um,
Yep.
I'm forgetting some because I haven't watched in so long. But what about you?
That's
Who are your favorites?
um, Tiger always going to be number one.
Me too.
Colin Morikawa is I'm pulling for him. He's a local kid too. Like
Yeah.
so definitely rooting for him. I'm hoping he wins this, man. He had a great day today and he's ready to go. However, I also really like Max Homa. He's another California guy.
Okay.
He won the Farmers Open I think last year. That was kind of when I started following him.
Yeah.
He just that thing in golf where like the one guy just happens to have those lucky things that happen. Boom, boom, boom. And the one that I remember was like nobody's been able to hit this angle. Boom, and he hits it, and then he wins basically.
Yeah.
After that, who else? I'm blanking. Those are like my main favorites.
I like
This
Justin
point,
Thomas.
I, I'm cool with them. I do like Spieth.
I like Jordan
Um,
Spieth. I kind of hate like Bryson DeChambeau. He's
yeah, I don't really
fascinating
know
to
much
me.
about him. He's
He's weird.
playing.
He's on Live too, I think.
He's a nerd apparently. So he
Oh yeah,
custom designed clubs, and he's playing with 3D printed clubs that cost
dude.
$10,000.
Yes, he. The thing that I like about him, like, there was one point where he got jacked. Like he
Okay,
was massive, and
that I
all he
remember.
wanted to do was just power bomb. Like he was driving it so far every single time. I don't remember where it was. It was one of the later tournaments in the season, but there was this hole. It's like almost a 90-degree turn around this lake, and it was so far that you had to go straight and then left to get to the hole. He's
Yep.
like, Screw that."
Oh, he
He
went over.
bombs it over the lake,
Oh my
and
god.
I gotta send you the video. Like he hits it, and like he knows he's just watching it, and he's like rooting the ball on, and when it drops, the whole crowd goes nuts because it was impossible that he did this. It was so cool. He's
I
I don't
love
know.
stuff like
He's
that.
hit or miss for me, but like that was such a cool moment to me.
I'm not rooting against him. He did have a
No,
he had a rough day today. Um, but there was a five-way tie for first. Of course, Scotty Scheffler's in the lead right now. I don't hate him either, but I'm not a fan of his, I would say.
yeah,
He's incredible. He's definitive number one in the world right now. But I would say this is one of the hardest masters courses that I've seen with some of the lowest scores.
yeah.
Like,
I noticed the scores are really low
dude, it's the wind and the greens and everything. Like people are struggling. Tiger, unfortunately, was 10 over today. He was one over through the
today.
first 2 days. Yeah, he was one over through the first 2 days. He made the record 24th consecutive cut. Like he was looking really good. He started strong today, and then he went bogey, double bogey, bogey, bogey,
Mm,
and it was just it fell apart
well,
at that point.
I think I saw even Scotty today had like a double bogey bogey. at
and
one
then
point, right?
Mabel,
Oh yeah,
and that's what got him back in it. Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
No, it's been good.
I'm
I'm
sad.
obsessed with the Masters now.
I might just over the next week when I have the time and I have a spare monitor, I might just put it on even after I've watched it. Just I like experiencing it and having it on in the background.
Dude, it's the vibes are
It's
immaculate.
it's the
I'll
best.
say that. So I found this Twitter thread. This is how it was. This is how we can close it out today. But this, I did a lot of research into Augusta National and what it's about, how it is, the heaven of golf, whatever you want to call it. So
Yeah.
this is Joe Pompliano on Twitter. He said the Masters is one of my favorite sporting events, and its 88-year history brings some great traditions. Here's a running list of the most interesting facts. Media tickets, badges, have RFID tags inside them so the club knows where each person is at all times.
Oh my God.
Even players who miss the cut at the Masters still walk away with a $10,000 check.
Nice.
A 5-bedroom home near Augusta will rent for $30,000 during Masters Week, and brands often pay 6 figures for larger homes where they can host events.
Wow. First of all, a
The I
5 bedroom home.
Yeah,
Damn.
people go in big groups.
Yeah.
The IRS has a special exemption in the tax code called the Augusta Rule, allowing homeowners to rent out their homes for 14 days per year without paying taxes on the income.
Wow.
This rule was initially implemented for Augusta residents only, but is now available to everyone in the United States.
Wait, what do you mean?
You
So
can rent
everyone
your
in the
home
world
out
can rent their home
US
for 14 days.
US.
US, that's what I meant. But yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. That makes sense.
But it started as a master's thing,
Yeah,
and now
that's
they're like,
so
fine,
funny.
everybody can do it. That's
I
I never
love
knew
that.
that. That's crazy. This is nuts. The Masters will do 70 million in merchandise sales this week. That's 10 million per day, 1 million per hour, 16,000 per minute, $277 a second.
I
The
would I would
merchandise,
love sorry, finish.
no, it's so popular because you can only get it there. There's no online sales,
Yeah. I would love to have some kind of Masters shirt or hat or something.
but you can only get it from there. Oh, I want to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
I
me too.
don't
I
think
have
it'll
to.
ever happen. I don't think it'll ever happen.
Really?
It,
Is it
dude,
impossible?
it's so expensive. It's
Yeah.
insane. Like yeah, stretch goal not for this, but for life. Like I don't know. Um, in 1931, is it okay if I go through all these?
Please. Yeah, I love this stuff.
In 1931, Augusta National was purchased for 70,000, or inflation adjusted 1.4 million today.
Okay. Yeah.
However, the property is now valued at over 200 million.
Nice.
They've been quietly expanding over the years, spending more than 200 million to buy 100 plus properties. So they're just like basically buying up like a bunch of stuff in the town.
Like
So
houses and stuff, you think?
they've purchased strip malls, restaurants, apartment complex, and homes, adding 270 acres to the property and often paying 3 to 4 times the value.
Wow. They're like
Now
Disneyland
this
for
is
golf.
yeah, really. No, it literally. So this is what I just saw. They debuted the map and flag at this year's tournament. It's the premium hospitality offering isn't even on the property. It was built in a strip mall down the street that they acquired for 26 million in 2020. It's $17,000 per ticket, and you get a week-long badge, and it completely sold out.
Wow.
The concession stand food is wrapped in green packaging, so it can't be seen on TV if someone letters.
That's amazing.
That was like maybe my favorite one.
I love that.
Like they don't miss anything. Someone once found a green jacket in a Canadian thrift store. They purchased it for $5 and it later sold at auction for 140,000.
What the hell? Why was it there?
Who knows?
Does
My
every
coworker,
member of Augusta get a green jacket?
there's only 300 members at any time, and it's like super exclusive. Like you can't even become a member. Like it's
Right.
billionaires. Bill Gates is a member of Augusta. Like we
Okay.
will never play there. We'll be lucky if we could even ever go. Um, it's just insane. Uh, my coworker found a pair of exclusive players only Masters shoes at Burlington Coat Factory. Bought them for $20 and sold them for like $500 or $600.
What? That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
insane.
Does that store still exist, by the way?
Yeah, it's going strong. I
Good.
think. I don't know if strong is the right word. Magnolia Lane, that's like the entrance that you see.
Yep.
330 yards long with 61 trees on each side.
Ah, it's so
Don't know if
beautiful.
there's any special meaning there, but yeah, it's gorgeous. The clubhouse has a wine cellar with 30 pages of the world's most exclusive wines. Assuming page is like a wine term. Previous Masters champions gather every year for dinner on the Tuesday before the tournament. The
That's
previous year's winner gets to pick the menu, but he must also pay for the meal.
cool. I saw that picture of this year's.
I haven't seen
What a group of people to have dinner with, you know?
it, dude. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, I saw they did the the tee off. The it was Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, and Tom Watson.
And
Oh,
I mean, like Tiger will have to be a part of that at some
they
point, right?
asked him, and he basically told him to shut up.
Is that like a they're the icons kind of thing, or how dare you think I'm that old kind of thing?
I'm not that old yet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's
Good.
trying to win.
I mean,
He,
yeah,
he
he's still
wanted to win.
playing. Yeah.
He wanted to win though. That was his goal going in. He
Yeah.
looks the best that I've seen him. He had to pull out on the third day the last 2 years.
Right.
He
But he
made the
also
cuts and then
won
had to
what,
pull out.
3, 4 years ago?
19. No, it was before the accident. Before
Okay.
COVID and before the accident.
Okay. Ha uh, has he won an event since that though? I feel like
No,
yes. No, that was the last event he won.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
He's just been trying to come back from the accident. He's only playing the majors right now.
The accident that
If he
happened
can,
like 10 minutes from our house.
yeah. And then he went to the hospital that was literally down the street from where we were living.
So weird.
I was in my apartment. I'm like, Tiger's down the street, like
Yeah.
maybe dying.
I'm very happy that wasn't another like bad situation for him. Like, you know,
Yeah, it's a
bad.
learning lesson. He's
Yeah, it was not good, but it wasn't like, oh, he was being crazy irresponsible or like there's been a couple of those where he like kind of scooted by. You know, there was that time he got found asleep in his car. And it's like, well, he stopped and slept. It's like, okay.
oh,
He didn't keep driving and
he wasn't
crash.
he wasn't drunk. He was definitely speeding dangerously though.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, true.
He seemed his demeanor seems to have changed since then.
Yeah. If I could pick my profession, if someone walked in the door right now and said, "You can do whatever you want. What do you want to do?" I think I would play golf. I
It's
also
tempting.
it would have to make me be good. Like I don't want to walk out there and play the way I am, but if I could be a pro golfer, I would do it. I understand only the top make the crazy money that they do, but still, to professionally play golf, I know it's hard work. I know it's hard work, but that seems like a good profession to me. Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
with you.
I don't want to say things that are refutable, but it's
No,
it's my favorite.
I get what you're saying. I like for me, it's either that or um, part of me has wanted to be like a rock star singer type
Mm,
like person,
yeah,
but like a performer. You go out in front of these crowds, and but that's all these things have pitfalls. Golf seems a little chiller.
Yeah. I was gonna say, uh, you don't get hurt playing golf. Obviously you do, but of all the sports, I think it's the lowest risk of injury. I mean, Tiger
I
Woods
agree.
is an exception to that rule. He's always hurting
Back.
himself, but he's older too, so
Yeah.
it's just I love golf. Also, if I could only pick one sport to watch for the rest of my life, I would pick golf. It's always on, and there's so much of it, and it's just so relaxing and fun. I
Which is
truly
why
love
we
it.
have to golf more.
Yes, we should. I have one last question about Augusta. Do you have a favorite hole?
Yes. That's what she said.
Oh God.
Who's Augusta? No. Um, uh, so I'm still learning them.
You don't have to know the name of like the tree.
I know. Yeah, that's what I love about it. It's not Amen Corner. I feel like that's like the big one. Even though I like it.
Is that uh
With the bridge.
okay, yeah. That's like 11 or 12?
Well,
12, yeah.
hmm.
I think
Low
my
key, I really
favorite
like. Oh,
might
yeah,
be the
you
one
go first
after
if you
that.
have
I
one.
think I like 13. That like crazy left turn dog leg that I forget when it was. It was maybe like 10 years ago, maybe more,
Hmm.
but Phil like buried himself like deep in that first stretch, like in the bark, and he just pounded it out and like got it all the way to the green, and I'm pretty sure he won that year. I like that hole a lot. It kind of mixes things up always.
I need to get a better answer. I like 18
Hmm.
coming up the hill at the end, but I really like the one where, and I don't know what it is, where you start like on top of the hill. You're very high elevated and you can kind of see
Yes.
the forest out and it goes around the corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Horrible answer, but
Huh.
right now I'm gonna stick to 18. I really like 18.
Yeah, it's great.
It was
There's a little bit
messing
of
people up today.
flexibility with it too. Like there's
Yeah.
some slight variation that you can do with it.
That was a wide reaching
Array
episode.
of topics and
Yeah.
emotions. I loved it. I think that's one of the best ones we've ever done.
Yeah.
Thank you
And it
for indulging me in some of that.
we timed it well.
We did. Thank you for
Let
watching
us let us
and
know if
or
you agreed or
listening.
if you thought it was horrible.
Yeah, I tell us either way. We'll take your feedback and we'll try and adjust accordingly. But if you did enjoy, please let us know. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Watch our shorts. We're going to start posting a lot more shorts from our content that I think will help reach a wider audience. Please subscribe on Patreon if you feel inclined to do so. We will have a lot more content on there, longer episodes, pre and post shows, ad free. We have some Patreon exclusive shows that we're going to start doing here pretty soon. It's worth
And
the money, I think.
we want to keep doing this, so it's really like help us if you enjoy this or even if you hate us and you want us to be miserable doing this, then support us so we
Yeah,
can continue doing it.
we can make a tier that's like, please stop doing this for the love of God, and if you subscribe on there, then we'll definitely take that into consideration, or we'll just take your money. But no, if you've watched this, we really appreciate you. We appreciate your support. We'll be back next week. We will be back later this week for game chat. We'll talk about some games. We'll talk about some Arnold Schwarzenegger movies on Movie Madness this week or next week. We'll see. But until next time, my name is Jordan.
And my name is Ethan. We are the Huber Rebels.
This is where I'm supposed to say until next time.
Welcome to the rebellion.